Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss specific heat capacity of solids. Before this class we are discussed the specific heat capacity of gases. So here the solid, for example, we are considering, so this is a solid. The solid, inside solid, the molecules, atoms are bound to each other, so it is fixed points. The molecules are, the intermolecular distance is very low and interatomic force is high, then it not moves. The molecules, it cannot move at any translational motion and rotational motion. So we are considering here, consider a solid of number of atoms are n atoms. So if it cannot have translational motion, okay, translational motion and rotational motion. So if we have to add the energy, sufficient energy, so it can vibrate at mean position. So it can vibrate to and fro motion or up and down motion. So it consists only, okay, solid molecule or atom, solid molecule consist vibrating motion, okay, vibrating about its mean position, okay. So it is vibrate. For example, this is a molecule. The molecule is vibrating continuously and the energy is transferred one particle to one molecule to another molecule. It not translational motion, it not rotational motion. It is only vibrating motion. So vibration to its mean position. And an oscillation and vibration or oscillation in one dimension has average energy. It is consist average energy equals to 2 into, so okay, it consists, so diatomic molecule when 2 into each one is consist according to law of equipartition of energy, 2 into half kBt, that equals to kBt, okay. So here in three dimensions, the average energy equals to 3 dimensions 3 into kBt, so that equals to 3 kBt, okay. Now for a mole of solid, for a mole of solid. So we consider number of atoms equals to Avogadro's number, and the total energy is equals to internal energy U equals to 3 kBT into number of atoms Na, that equals to Na into Kb equals to universal gas constant capital R. So then 3RT, U equals to 3RT, since here R equals to Kb into Na. So now we consider at a constant pressure, so there is no pressure, constant pressure is not variable. So what happens, the volume also is constant, okay, volume also negligible, it not change. So then delta V equals to 0. Okay, so we are considering from first law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics. So what is first law of thermodynamics? Delta Q equals to delta U plus P delta V. Here delta V term equals to 0. So then delta Q equals to delta U. So now the specific heat capacity of solid. So we can find out specific heat capacity. C equals to delta Q by delta T equals to delta Q is nothing but delta U by delta T. Okay, so what about delta U? U equals to 3RT, that equals to delta by delta T of 3RT, that equals to delta is nothing but differentiation, d by dt of it can also write d by dt of 3RT. Okay, that means C equals to here, C equals to 3R dt by dt. So then specific heat of solid equals to 3 into R. Okay, most of the aluminium, so like any particle, the specific heat capacity C equals to 3 into R equals to 8.314. So we can 3 multiplied, so that is 3 into 8 equals to 25 mole, so that is joule for mole for Kelvin. So this is the specific heat capacity of solids. Now next topic is specific heat capacity of water. So water molecule is nothing but H2O. So H2O is consist the oxygen, here one hydrogen. Okay, 3 molecules are considered here, 3 molecules are consist. So the water molecule also is treat as solid. So we treat water like a solid. Okay, For each atom average energy, for each atom average energy is, so we know that the average energy of solid each atom is for 3-dimensional is 3 kBT. Okay, how many atoms are there here? Water molecule 3 atoms. So then the total energy for one molecule equals to 3 into, okay, 3 atoms, 3 molecules into 3 kBT, that equals to 9 kBT. Okay, so this is for one molecule. So next we are considering for number of molecules, n molecules, Avogadro's number. The total energy of water U equals to, so 9 kBT into Na. So U equals to 9 RT. Since here Kb into Na equals to universal gas constant R. Okay, this is U equals to 9 RT. So then specific heat capacity C equals to delta U by delta T at constant pressure. So equals to delta U is d by dt of U equals to 9 RT. Okay, differentiation, delta is nothing but difference. So difference nothing but it is taken as a d by dt also. Delta by delta T is nothing but d by dt of 9 RT. So 9R is constant, dt by dt equals to 1. So then specific heat of water C equals to 9R. Okay, this is specific heat capacity of water. So next topic is mean free path of gases. Actually mean free path is nothing but the definition is the average distance a molecule can travel without colliding is called as mean free path. Okay, another definition is also that the average distance between two successive collisions. Okay, so a gas is moves random direction. So for example, so this is one molecule, this is another molecule. The molecule diameter is more and the distance is less. The distance between the two molecules are less and diameter is more, then it is easily collide. So when diameter is less, the distance is more, it cannot moves, okay, it collide, takes certain distance, okay. So here it move, easily escape, the distance is more, it cannot collide. So for example, this is one molecule, these are two another molecules. So here the distance is the distance, this is the diameter of molecule. So here also d is the diameter of this molecule. So the distance is more in between two molecules, it cannot collide, it directly moves directly. So when the distance is low and diameter is more, it is easily collide, okay, it is easily collide with this molecule and this molecule. So the average distance a molecule can travel without colliding is called the mean free path. Or another, the average distance between, another definition is the average distance between two successive collisions is called as mean free path. Okay, so the average distance between two successive collisions, so when it is moves, can travel and it is collide with this particle, how much the distance is traveled, it is called also mean free path. Okay, now we are considering it can travel, for example, the velocity is v, okay, the average velocity we can take v bar is the average velocity. So the diameter, suppose, so we can consider, suppose the molecule, so here the molecule of a gas is a sphere of diameter, okay, here the diameter is considered d. For a single molecular average speed, so the average speed is v bar. For a single molecule, the average speed is v bar. It will suffer collision with any molecule that comes within a distance, okay, within a distance d between the centers. So it is center, it comes to, so from this center to this center, it is also diameter, so it can take the diameter, it comes to within a distance d between the two centers. Okay, in time delta t, it sweeps a volume, okay, volume is nothing but area, pi d square, area into distance is nothing but delta t into average velocity into time, the time interval is displacement 2 into area equals to volume. So volume is pi d square delta t into v average. Okay, so for n molecules, for unit volume, equals to n pi d square V bar into delta T. Okay, so the time between two successive collisions, on the average, so it is denoted as tau. So tau equals to 1 by n pi d square, okay, into V bar. So this is equation number 1. So then the average distance is traveled. So what is the definition of mean free path? The average distance between two successive collisions. So the time between two successive collisions on average is tau. So then L equals to distance the traveled, average distance traveled. So L equals to tau into V average, that equals to V average into tau equals to 1 by n pi d square V average. So V average gets cancelled. So the mean free path L equals to 1 by n pi d square. So this is equation number 2. So here we can take a single molecule, okay, single molecule. This molecule is moves. Another molecules are, it may be considered another molecules are, it is a rest position. But in a gas, all molecules are moves and random motion. So then the mean free path can write the equation mean free path L equals to, it can write mean free path equals to 1 by root 2 into n pi d square. Okay, so this is the mean free path equation. Mean free path L equals to 1 by square root of 2 root 2 into n pi d square. So here pi equals to 3.14 and root 2 is constant, n is number of molecules and d is the diameter of molecule. So when diameter of molecule is more, so mean free path is less. Okay, when diameter is less, diameter of molecule is less, mean free path is more. It is traveled more distance. So it is inversely proportional to the square of the diameter. Mean free path is inversely proportional to the square of the diameter. So this is about mean free path. So next we can discuss some problems. So here, what is the ratio of RMS speed of oxygen hydrogen molecules at the same temperature? So here temperature is constant. So then RMS speed. So RMS speed equation is 3RT by capital M. Here R is constant, temperature is also constant here. So only molecular weight is change. So for oxygen, okay, molecular weight oxygen O2 equals to molecular weight equals to, so here oxygen molecular single atom is 16 into 2 equals to 32. Okay, V RMS of oxygen equals to under root of 3RT divided by 32. Okay, so this is equation number 1. Now for hydrogen, hydrogen is H2. So here molecular weight equals to 2 into 1 equals to 2. So then Vrms of hydrogen equals to under root of 3RT by M equals to 2. So this is equation number 2. The ratio, what is the ratio of RMS speed of oxygen hydrogen? So we can divide equation number 1 and equation number 2, and Vrms of oxygen divided by Vrms of hydrogen. Okay, that equals to under root of 3RT by root 32 divided by square root of here root complete root 3RT by 2. That equals to, it is written as root 3RT divided by root 32 into root 2 by root 3RT. 3RT gets cancelled. Okay, so we can combine this equals to root 2 by 32. 2 ones are 2 16s equals to 1 by root 16. Root 16 equals to 4. So 1 by 4. So then we can write the equation, the ratio Vrms of oxygen is to Vrms of hydrogen equals to 1:4. Only it is depend upon the molecular weight of oxygen and hydrogen, the molecule, particular molecule. So when temperature is constant. Next, second question. 4 molecules of gas have speeds 1, 2, 3, 4 km per second. Find the RMS speed of the gas molecule. So here individual molecules gas speed. So here V1 equals to 1 kilometer per hour. So 1 kilometer per second, and V2 equals to 2 kilometers per second, and V3 equals to 3 kilometer per second, and V4 equals to 4 kilometer per second. So here RMS speed Vrms equals to square root of, okay, root means square root of V1 square plus V2 square plus V3 square plus V4 square by 4. Okay, how many terms are? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms. It equals to square root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square divided by 4. That equals to square root of 1 square equals to 1, 2 square equals to 4, 3 square equals to 9, 4 square equals to 16 divided by root 4. That equals 16 plus 9 equals to 25. 25 plus 4, 29. 29 plus 1, 30. So 30 by 4. that equals to root 7.5. Okay, 7.5 is a 30, so that equals to root 7.5 equals to approximately 2.74 kilometer per second. So this is the RMS speed of the gas. So now question number 3. Calculate the molecular kinetic energy of 1 gram of helium at 127 degrees Celsius given R equals to 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. So here the temperature is given, absolute temperature T equals to 127 degrees Celsius. It is converted to Kelvin. 127 plus 273 equals to 400 Kelvin, degree Kelvin. So R equals to given 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. So here helium molecular weight, helium molecular weight capital M equals to 4. So we consider 4 grams. So here number of moles N equals to 1 gram divided by 4 grams. So 1 gram divided by 4 grams equals to 1 by 4 equals 0.25. So now we can calculate molecular kinetic energy. So molecular kinetic energy molecular kinetic energy equals to, so here kinetic energy, so we consider 3 into 1 by 2 RT. So 3 by 2 to number of moles N RT. Okay, three terms and 3 dimension into half RT or half nRT. So here 3 by 2 into N equals to 0.25, R equals to 8.314 and T equals to 400. So this is calculated with calculator. So it equals to 1247.1 joule. So this is the molecular kinetic energy of helium molecule. Next, problem number 4. When pressure is increases by 2%, so what is the percentage decrease in the volume of the gas, assuming Boyle's law is obeyed? So from Boyle's law, PV equals to constant. So pressure is increases by 2% is given. The pressure is increases. First it is let P is the initial pressure and V initial value of the gas. Okay, now so P dash and V dash, if pressure is increased by 2%, so P dash equals to P plus 2% means 2 by 100 into P, that equals to, so it is 102 by 100 into P, new pressure. So assuming Boyle's law is obeyed. So what is Boyle's law? According to Boyle's law, so we can write PV equals to constant, or PV equals to P dash into V dash. So then V dash equals to PV divided by P dash. P dash equals to 102 by 100 into P. That equals to V dash equals to PV divided by 1 into, so 100 divided by 102 into P. Okay, so here PP gets cancelled. So then V dash equals to, here V dash equals to 100 divided by 102 into V. So now this is the percentage. So here what is the percentage decrease? Percentage decrease in the value. Equals to, so V minus V dash, here V minus V dash divided by V into 100, that equals to, so what is V? So here initial V minus V dash equals to 100 by 102 V divided by V into 100. So that equals to, here V take common, so V is take common, so 102 minus 100 divided by 102 into 100 divided by V. Okay, V gets cancelled. So then percentage equals to 1.96. So the percentage of volume is decreased by 1.96%. So when 2% of pressure is increased, then the volume is decreases 1.96%. So this is the end of the fourth problem, and this is the end of the chapter, that is kinetic theory of gases, and end of the semester. Thank you everyone.